Hello, hello. Welcome to your weekly reading. This week we've got the Ten of Cups. That's a great card, fantastic card. Four of Cups. And a qualifier and some questions. So I've got lots to actually talk to you about. I just think it's super important that you learn to meditate. There's so many things that have been coming through lately, and if you want to buy yourself a crystal, find something that resonates with you, that feels good. Hold it in your hand. It can even be a rock from the beach. It could even be like a shell or something, but really rocks from the beach, or rocks even that you find randomly in the country or in nature, if they resonate with you, they're a fantastic thing to help channel the earth energy and the universal energy. And the way you meditate is to find a quiet space, close your eyes, and breathe. And you don't have to let go of everything and think of nothing. You just notice what comes in, and you can play around with that, but notice the difference between your head and your thoughts and your heart, because the thoughts from spirit will come in much differently. You'll just know. Well, you won't always know, but as you practice, you will get to discern a bit better. There's also some information I've been learning about. Well, in the last year, I've been getting a lot of information through spirit, and it's, information that light has information in it, and crystals have information in it, and it's not like we know. The earth energy is so dense, learning from computers, learning from books. It's such a dense, old-fashioned way. We're absorbing through osmosis, through things we cannot see, and if you take the time, you'll get more information. And even though you need to be an active participant in your life, you can trust your angels and spirit guides and speak to them every day. And this is not saying that you should not speak to God, Jesus, Mary, or whoever your favorites are. I have all my birds around me. The crows are here. The crows have been hatching. They've hatched, what are they called? Cuckoos. I don't think they realize, but they've been feeding these ginormous cuckoo birds. They're bigger than themselves. So I think it's interesting. Just as I pulled everything together, they've all come to join us. So it might be a bit noisy in the background. The first card is the Ten of Cups. It is everything you would want. It is happy families. It's the rainbow. It's emotions. It is like the happily ever after. That is the card. And what it's saying from these cards, that you can have that. You need to think of how you would like that and manifest that. It's all about coming from the heart. This is actually a real carry-on from last week when I pulled these cards, very much a carry-on. So you can have your happy family, but remembering you can't change people's minds. You can't do that. You can live in your reality. What is your reality? What can you create? The new earth is all about your reality, not allowing the darkness in. I mean, it's like a balance of dark and light, but how much do you actually want to look at the darkness? I love my little flower. So it's important to manifest, and you start from the heart. And so when you're meditating, you're thinking of your heart, and there is a tiny space in your heart, like I said, takes you out into the universe. And if you've ever meditated, or just before you fall asleep, you feel like you're falling, and sometimes meditation can be like that. You feel a little bit frightened for a moment, but let it go. Just keep breathing through your nose and breathing. So this is all about children being happy. The world is your oyster. Look at that. You can have whatever it is you desire. And it is a spiritual journey. Crossing the river is about a spiritual journey. And it is the quintessential happily ever after. So you have to be really clear on what your happily ever after is, and don't make unrealistic ideas of what the happily ever after is. If it involves a whole lot of people that aren't, it's not their happily ever after, you need to rearrange it, because we can't change other people. So you need to figure out, well, how are you actually happy without having to involve too many other people in your project or whatever it is. So maybe it's that you need to lose weight. Maybe it is that you need to learn a new topic. Maybe it is that you want to grow your spiritual knowledge. Maybe you wish that you weren't so lazy. It could be anything. Maybe you want to, get the house super neat and tidy. Whatever it is, it's your reality. And you can't suddenly say, well, I hope my husband loses some weight and that he starts being really lovely to me. And you can wish that, but that's not coming from your heart. You can't change that. They have to have that vision. It's like, what can you change? What can you do? And that's what makes it tricky. So be the best version of you is really what it's about. And then if it all is aligning for your highest good, it will happen. And that can mean that maybe the others will be part of your life as well, if it's meant for your highest good. The Four of Cups he's almost like levitating. And see how he's like oblivious to what's being offered. Again, we've got more cups. It's all about feelings. And something's being offered, but he's not noticing because he's so intent on his other thoughts. It could be daily life. You're just going through life not noticing. It's really a lot to do with the mundane. So missing out on things that are around you. If you remember last week, there was the card. It had like the magician standing there with all these choices. And part of that card was about manifesting. Be very clear on what you want, because some of the stuff is hidden, and we don't know what's behind the scenes, and what's like, when one door shuts, you can learn that there's some fantastic things that can happen when that door shuts. It doesn't have to be woe is me. It's easy to fall in that trap. I did myself for a little bit. But this is about starting to be grateful daily and start noticing all the things that are around you. If you need to, write a gratitude journal. Just start noticing the color of the sky. How lucky are we where we live that we can travel on fantastic roadways. We have traffic lights to help from crashing. We have beautiful beaches in our region. The air is clean. It is not polluted very much at all. We have access to food. Most of us never miss out on meals. It's our choice to eat junk food. Not good for you, but it's our choice. And there's so many things that we have to be grateful for. And there's so much more. This is really tied in so well together. You can manifest more if you notice already what you have. So tapping into that. Gee, there's something really brewing. It's been going on for a while. It's just like I get so excited, I get restless. And that restless feeling, I've had it many times, and it's almost like makes you want to do something, like grab another Bicky, grab a drink of wine, grab I don't know, just doing stuff that, I don't know, it's like a distraction. And it really reminds me of this. And in those moments when you're really restless, maybe you need to just stop and meditate or go out in the nature. I've just been listening to some very great information, audio information on light and how healing it is. And make sure you're getting enough sunlight. I know a lot of people are sunlight phobic. I know a lot of people do get surgically, things removed from their skin surgically, but perhaps it's focusing too much on that. Don't know. Okay, so you're manifesting. This is what you're doing. You're manifesting. You're coming from your heart. Notice the numbers that are around you. Notice the signs. Notice all the signals Spirit's giving you. I had to laugh because I started to notice again, and I've noticed feathers, because sometimes I go, feathers, everyone notices feathers, but there was a feather, and then I thought, yeah, it really was for me. And then I was swimming in the beach yesterday, and I'm going, what is that floating in the water? And it was a feather, and it really, I know, yes, of course there's birds around, but it was just kind of uncanny that I noticed it, because it was quite opaque. And I thought, oh, that's the sign. That is the sign. They're letting me know they're around. Now, we've got this card called Lu, and it's all about persistence. And he's got the sun there on his charm, on his big medallion, and he's got the third eye. So to me, this is really important about keep trying to manifest your dreams through your heart, connecting with your third eye to your heart. This third eye is about universal. It is source energy. It is not about your thoughts in your head. It is about the universal energy that you are to get information from. The sun is all about the rays. I just thought of that now. The rays that are coming from the sun. Even if you get your crystal out in the sun, whatever gem you get, see if you can position it so the sun shines through onto you, onto your body somewhere, and see what happens. Don't burn yourself though. And he's got these garnets in his crown. That's really, you know, garnets are the heart. That's what I think it is, red, or maybe they're rubies. Heart, heart, heart. So be persistent and keep looking forward and trust that it's going to happen. These are fantastic cards. That's a very first card. It's going, you can have this. Now, I said that we'd continue on with some questions to ask yourself, and they're very relevant for this week. It's about time to be brave. So ask yourself 0 to 6. I am courageous during the challenges in my life. 0 to 6. I make the right decisions in difficult situations. 0 to 6. I adventure into healthy new experiences. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. That's a big one. This is all about, you know, manifesting and not being afraid. It's time to be brave. Now this is about time to reset. I reset quickly after failure and begin again. I reset quickly after success and reach for higher aspirations. I sleep well and get enough rest. I cherish each day. So go over those questions, figure out what it is that you really want for yourself from your heart. This really is about being kind to yourself and reaching your highest potential for this life. We were given this gift of life, and all of our angels and guides are here to help us. And for these last 2 weeks, this really is about you, getting you strong, getting you ready for the next phase of whatever it is that's about to happen, and create your own reality that you don't have to be around other people's negativity. This is your choice. Everything's a choice. So if you're around a lot of negative people, you can get away from them. It's a choice. And it seems like when you're stuck in that quagmire of you're in their reality. Remember, you can create your own. It can totally change. So breathe deep, take time to meditate, find yourself a crystal or a gemstone or a rock or something that calls out to you. It's, attached to nature. Take that time, and 5 minutes is all you need. 5 minutes, then you can, grow to 10 minutes a day. And I look forward to speaking to you next week.